The city with a traveling man. With tears in her eyes, she said, "Is this really goodbye?" I said, "Across the borders of land, I'm a in the city."
Peace, Eon fam. Hope y'all getting that sunlight, staying blessed, staying on temple, staying out of foolishness ways, distractions. Have you been limiting your time on devices, on devicing your energy? That's very divisive to you, but using it more so as a tool, like, you know, watching my videos. But this video is about Mesopotamian mythos. I did a video talking about the Nummo consciousness, speaking on the Dogon mythology regarding the half-fish deity. But as I said in that video, if y'all remember, I said there's a part 2 coming, speaking about the connection with the Mesopotamian god Oannes or Oans, and how he relates with this whole consciousness, this whole wisdom consciousness, contracted consciousness, and how this involves the people you may have seen with the big old bishop hats and them things, representing what our forefathers, our ancestors would wear, to represent wisdom and the swallowing of the ethers. So I actually have a video. I'm gonna get into that. I'm just gonna give you a brief overview of this Sumerian Mesopotamian god, how he is involved with also the formation of what we know as our reality. You see, light itself is what is emitting this reality or this illusion. Ilu, which means light, or El, this Ilu. And how water itself is refracting. It has to have a conduit to refract off of. So the first beings must have been some type of aquatic beings, you know, before the air is another stage of water, or water is another stage of air, however you want to look at it. So I was chopping up with my boy, with Quentin. We was going over how, you know, in the Dogon, in that star system, the Sirius star systems, there's beings that are aquatic, and they were the first ones to quote unquote form the world. So this video I'm about to show you is a Moorish castle in Portugal, and how they were speaking on what Triton, this being, represents, and the formation of our reality, of this earth, and how that is tied in to so many religions covertly, you know, talking about floods and all types of things as well, and how water is a key component to this.
That thing at the entrance.
Yeah, so this big thing, that's Triton. So it's an allegory of the creation of the world, and it's half a man, half a fish.
Half man, half fish. He created the world?
Supposedly, I don't know, it's an allegory. So maybe it's because at that time we already knew the theories of Darwin, and we knew that fish were the first things alive, and so fish, reptilians and humans, I don't know. Could be that, could be something else.
Either way, it's really, really, really cool.
So yeah, from what you watched, you see the fish being, this half man, half fish being on top of a Moorish castle. So you might be wondering, what is this Moorish castle? What does this have to do with what I'm even talking about? Why are we talking about the Moors all of a sudden now? Because you have to understand, the Moors are the oldest bloodline. Is the bloodline going back to the first inhabitants, going into the Moabites, going, you know, further into what I'm speaking of how our DNAs have been altered and have been changed so much over time, and how we have extraterrestrial DNA beyond this world, coming from other worlds, other realities. So you see, this European talking about how it's an allegory. Well, I want to let you know, all is mind, so anything can be an allegory, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it wasn't always, there isn't a physical aspect to that, to counterpart it. We're in a multi-dimensional world. We are always phasing through different dimensions. So once you raise your vibration, you jump into the realities that you are connected divinely. Your higher self is now doing it for you, you could say. You might not be as conscious of it, but we're always shifting. They even show how our synapses are go through different dimensions. And this is found in science, that it just disappears and reappears out of nowhere. We're always shifting. You feel me? So one has to realize there's a lot of possibilities, actually infinite, and that theories themselves is just as real as what we might be seeing. So back to the whole Mesopotamian god now. How does this connect with what I'm saying? And the images I've shown you, this being may have looked different from the Dogon, from the ones quote-unquote seen in different worlds, in the serious mythologies and whatnot. However, everybody has different experiences and they tell it in their own ways. So the Mesopotamians showing that this being Oannes had feet, also with a fish body, represents being semi-aquatic as well, not just being in the water, but being able to be on land as well and have domain on land. So bringing knowledge from the seas. Remember, the Dogon, Nummo, being able to see the primordial waters, being able to perceive the primordial waters. And the primordial waters is the essence of knowledge and life itself on the mental plane, mental and spiritual, psycho-spiritual plane. So when this is all connected, we see how these are endless possibilities to now tap into to our own waters, our own essence, that we are just all refractions of this water, all unique patterns, geometrically, sacred geometry, crystallized into this 3D. So those who have meditations may have seen, fish beings. I know I have before, in deep meditations, and you have to realize that we're always, presence is around us, ancestors, different beings to help and guide us. Some call it their spirit guide, some call it their spirit tribe, whatever name they use to define it. I know I'm just shifting around a lot, but it's a lot of stuff. I just went off the fly with it. Source was just telling me go with the flow. I was thinking of reading more, getting some more material for y'all, but I already feel like this message is in the right vibration for it. It's the right time for it. And us exiting Pisces is now the water bearer, right? Pouring out of the Pisces area, that stagnant water that was trapping people. You're going into a new stream. You're getting poured into a new stream of consciousness and life and new expectations to now truly be the gods and goddesses on earth, truly be the the head of your ships, steering your ship. So the whole mythos of Oannes, and you see the Vesica Pisces, all of that connecting with, Jesus, that Christ consciousness. All of this is supposed to rise your consciousness. All of this is supposed to, it's supposed to channel and really emit your light body, connect you to the rest of your 7 bodies or more, energy bodies, but your 7 primary ones that are, they go up in range. And it's this whole, one thing I noticed in the coronation that they have in Mesopotamia, they show this being flying in like a ship. That's actually the Merkaba as well. And I post a picture now. I've posted it to a couple people to see their opinions of it. And I first heard it from Quentin. He said it looked like a Merkaba. Tell me what y'all think. This is something I saw back in December. I've also heard back from great master teachers saying that it's very plausible as well. So what I'm thinking as well, and how I felt, was I was connected with it, much so like a light body. So now, when we look at, the light body is representing now, you're now at pure consciousness, raising into the, higher vibrations in the mental planes, being able to ascend and see, the bigger pictures and things, At the time I was doing Qigong, I felt really tapped in, Drinking water, chlorophyll water as well, which I need to drink some more of today. The sun is beautiful out. But we have to realize that light and water is synonymous. We live in the sun is really it's really a black sun, like a black hole, but emitting light to us. For our black holes, melanins, that suck in the light. So it's all connected, yo. But in that, if y'all want to support my jewelry business, I have custom jewelry. I'm now doing it based off of the zodiacs, whatever zodiacs you have as well, to really help your energy fields. So if you want to support that, hit up threes.r.eternal on IG, or the website is threeseternal.com. That's threeseternal.com. And that L is representing the light again, The L is so important in illuminating one's soul. And if you have any questions, put it in the comments. I'll get back. I always get back to my questions and, any type of statement put down. You feel me? Share this. Get the likes up too. Share these vibrations. Share these new, old, but refreshing ways of seeing the life that's right in front of us from a new lens, so that we make better decisions and less fear. Fear is coming from a lack of light, a lack of knowing where to go, a lack of knowledge. That's why we should always look to quell, to reduce and get rid of any ignorance in our lives that's holding us back. But anyways, yo, stay on tempo. Easy as shit. Peace, y'all.